Most businesses think that finding leads is just about finding the emails. But if your list sucks, your whole funnel will break and you will not get the results you're looking for. And in this video, I'm gonna show you our internal 3-step process we use to create campaigns that actually convert. And in the past 2 years, we used this process to generate over 850 meetings and over 10 million euros worth of sales opportunities for ourselves and our clients. Here's what most people do not realize. If you're using only one tool, such as Apollo or Zoom Info, you will only get like 10 to 20% of the total addressable market. So what about the rest? Well, you will never find those with only one tool because one tool can find only about 50% of the decision makers, and about 50% of those decision makers' emails can be found, and about 50% of those will be valid. But when you stack the right data sources that I'm going to show you in just a few minutes, you will get 3 to 4 times more leads, more replies, and campaigns that actually work. And if you want the full breakdown of every single tool we use in every single situation, such as finding e-com stores or local businesses, you can grab the Phoenix-style lead source vault from the link in the description. So I created this 3-layer scraping system that goes like this. The first step is to find your total addressable market with a few different, like wide range data tools. The second step is to waterfall enrich these contacts that we didn't find the email addresses for with over 10 different data sources. And then we will find buying signals for these contacts, so we can find like people that are looking for solutions right now. So let's get into the first steps, which is finding your initial lead lists. And personally, I love using LinkedIn Sales Navigator for the initial lists. There's over 1 billion users, and with this LinkedIn's paid service, you can unlock all of these like very powerful filters. So I have an example list here: company headcount for 11 to 50 employees, current job title is like high level marketing leaders, then person geography is Europe, and industry is in the financial industry. And also you have these extremely powerful filters, such as if a person has posted on LinkedIn, this means that they are extremely active on LinkedIn. Change jobs, so when a person updates their profile, it immediately updates to the LinkedIn. But if you use other tools such as Zoom Info or Apollo, the like updates are not like in real time. And also here is like viewed your profile recently. So if a person views your profile, you can actually see them right here, and that's a very powerful signal. And yeah, if you want to pull this data out with email addresses, you need an external tool for this. So LinkedIn doesn't allow you to pull this data with email addresses out from the Sales Navigator. So I have here this external tool, which is ICPs. And yeah, you can just name your list here, export it with email addresses, and extract now. And these lists will come to you in 20 minutes about in your ICPs account. Okay, and here we are on my ICPs account. Now here you can see different searches I have made in the past. And here you can see the stats per search I have made. So this search resulted in like almost 1,700 contacts found, but ICPs could only find 45% of the emails. And also, part of these emails are not even valid. And what we're going to do now is bring this search, so this large search, to Google Sheet, clean it up a little bit, and then we can bring it to clay.com. And in Clay, we can use the waterfall enrichment, meaning we can like enrich these emails based on the like company domain, company name, the person full name, and find the missing emails like in high extent. So let's hop on clay.com next, and I'm going to show how that goes. And one thing I wanted to mention before hopping to clay.com, so you don't actually need the next steps I'm going to show you, because you can just use the LinkedIn Sales Navigator and ICPs to find like a lot of emails that you can start reaching out to. But if you want to map your total addressable market and find like most of the emails and most of the decision makers that are not so easily accessible, and those people don't get so much emails, so you will get more positive replies from those guys. So if you want to maximize your lead generation, let's hop onto clay.com and see how it goes. Okay, so here we are in clay.com, and I imported a like example CSV list, and I deleted the email addresses to like show you how this is done. So just import your list to Clay, and you can go here and add a column, add an enrichment, work email, and here you can see all of these data providers that you can use inside Clay without an like extra subscription. So let's arrange these. I want ICPs because I have my own API key here because I will validate them later. And now, as you can see, the waterfall is starting to go. And it will first check ICPs. And if ICPs can't check, it will find lead magic. If lead magic can find it, it will try and find email. If find email can find it, it goes Prospeo, and so and so and so it goes to find all of these emails. So as you can see, ICPs didn't find this, but lead magic did find this. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, the waterfall is done, and as you can see, even the last one, after like 7 or 6 data sources, the 7th can find the emails. So it's always nice to maximize the emails you can find. Now, right now we can filter here, work email, we can select that, and it's not empty. So as you can see, only 2 emails we didn't find. And as you can remember, ICPs could find maybe 50% of some emails, and this found like over 90%. And now we can definitely take this list and start reaching out to these decision makers. But we can take this even a step further. So what we can do, we can with Clay find a buying signal or like any kind of signal we want to like make sure that this is a reasonable company to reach out to. So what we're going to do right now is to find headcount growth of these companies. So we want to only reach out to growing companies. We don't want to reach out to a company that has been laid off in people recently because they don't have money to invest. Next, we will add fields. So what results do we want to populate in here in Clay? So we want to check how many employees there have been in 3 months, 1 month ago, and 6 months ago. And then we're gonna wait for this to run and we will have this information. Okay, so the results are in, and here you can see the current employee count. Employee count 3 months ago here, and employee count 1 month ago. So as we can see, this company has grown. And we can also make like custom formulas. So what I did here is mark X if employee count 1 month ago is bigger than 3 months ago. And this means that all of these companies with X year has grown in the recent months. And this way we can personalize our messages. For example, hey, congrats on the recent growth, blah, 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 blah. And then like that's more relevant and they will appreciate like the compliments. And also we are ensuring that we are only reaching out to companies with money, with fund to invest. And from here, we can definitely push this data and these decision makers and all of this data to our CRM or sending tools such as SmartLead instantly, or LinkedIn sending tools such as HeyReach, and yeah, go from there. So there is no right or wrong way to do this, but as you can see, if you follow these 3 steps, you will get much more control and much more contacts and much more like data you can leverage on your outreach. But definitely, if you are not so experienced or you don't have too much money to spend on like tools such as clay.com, it isn't like the cheapest one, you can definitely just use Sales Navigator and ICPs to get those initial emails to get the ball rolling. And even though LinkedIn Sales Navigator can get you far, it isn't the best option for every single industry. So if you want to find like e-com stores or startups or maybe local businesses, feel free to check out our full list of tools we use on a daily basis from the link in the description. And great, now you have a lot of emails and decision makers to reach out to and offer your services. But if you don't know how to package your services right, they won't care. So check this video to see how to do killer copywriting.